He lives in Brooklyn, he's a hipster.
It's your kids, Marty!
We're working on an app.
Anybody here working on an app?
Back to the future? That sounds
I was just wondering if any of you have seen the show Rick and Morty, and if so, what did you think of it?
Rick and Morty. Have you seen the show Rick and Morty? I haven't. I'm not a hipster. Is that a hipster show?
No, you should. And at the end, can I give you all hugs?
Hugs?
I'm available for hugs.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Marty McFly is a 17-year-old high school student and whose best friend is a disgraced nuclear physicist. And they never explain that. So do any of you have some theories of how they met?
I think Batman and Robin going to ask.
I've never heard anybody refer to Don as disgraced.
Well accomplished.
That's so funny.
But, you know, whatever.
I always trying to figure he was a teacher of his. And they just had to twist me out of the classroom. Go back to the future. I figured it out.
We're just friends. Thank you very much.
Doc.
Hi guys, I'm awestruck right now. You guys are amazing. I'm such a big fan. So Back to the Future is a series like got to play in a lot of different times, periods of time, and was really fun in all these different eras. Did you guys have one, period that you had the most fun being a part of, playing around in that, specific time?
I loved Back to the Future 3. It's always when people ask me. It was a Western. Who doesn't like a Western? Horseback riding, that steam engine, and Doc had a romance.
One of the great things about making a movie is when you get to, the courthouse square where they changed it all the time. It was always such a magical moment when we would, round that corner for rehearsal and see that they completely changed it. Or when I walked into the dance, the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, and it was all these people dressed up like the 50s. It was so amazing to me.
And my favorite was the 50s. I love that. I love the wardrobe, I love the baggy pants and the two-tone shoes. And I love the Johnny B. Good stuff. You look so pretty in that dress. Pink dress.
Yeah.
It's just like all taffeta and it's just all fuzzy and nostalgic.
What's weird is my daughter is working with that same costume designer right now. The same one, Deborah Scott, is designing her dress, which I think is so cool. She should be.
Thank you.
Hi. I was wondering what you think made Back to the Future so successful as compared to some of the other sci-fi films.
I think imagining yourself in another time in the past or another time in the future is kind of a universal sort of fantasy that everybody has. You wish that you could be in the future somewhere, you wish you could be in the past to see. So I think it certainly appeals to that kind of very human
it was a perfectly crafted screenplay too. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the screenplay, it's perfectly, and everyone's fascinated with their parents and what their parents were like. I mean, that's how the story started in Bob Gale's mind. Apparently, he saw a picture of his dad in a yearbook and wondered what it would be like to meet him, you know, when he was that age. And the idea that we all start out with the same dreams, no matter how old we get. We were young and had dreams and wanted to pick up their own son and things like that.
I think also the thing about the movie as a movie, as an entity unto itself, it was purely emotive. They weren't looking to do a franchise. They weren't looking to do anything. They just wanted to make this movie. They want to make it like any other movie or in the style of something else or something that reminded you of another series of franchise movies. They just wanted to make this movie. And it was so pure, their attention and their effort, that they created something really special, and it kind of took on a life of its own.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I tried dressing like Marty, but I didn't have the orange or red vest. I tried. So how has the success of the film had an impact on your lives?
Completely changed my life. It was amazing. So I was doing a TV show, and people go, you know, if they say, you're on that TV show, right? I said, yeah. And they said, oh, that's cool. And then back to the like, what's that? And it really does reset everything to deal with a new reality. But it was. I'm so proud of the part I played in that film, but I'm really aware of how many other people did amazing work to support, not to support, but to blanket my contribution. A lot of talent and a lot of effort, and so it was an amazing experience.
And also, which film do you prefer, Back to the Future 2 or Back to the Future 3?
Well, I like 2 a lot. I like 3 too, but everybody likes Once Upon a Time, and everybody likes to live happily ever after. They get sticky on the middle part, and that's what Back to the Future 2 is. It's the middle part. It's not meant to be digested alone. You take it with all 3, so it's kind of misunderstood. But I agree with Chris. I mean, seeing him in Back to the Future 3, it was amazing. It was so great.
Thank you so much, guys. Love you.
I was going to ask you what interested you in the roles that you guys got, like when they were first casting you.
When I read the part, I was just, this is the greatest part ever. I was so excited. And for some reasons, you know, sometimes things just click. And I remember having to audition for both the young and the middle-aged Lorraine and really understanding both those characters. And, you know, and they were such polar opposites. And the idea of playing someone with so much hope and someone with no hope was just amazing to me. And I just remember, you know, thinking this is the greatest script and this is the greatest part. And so I still feel incredibly lucky to be mostly known for being in a great part. It could have been a terrible part that I'm known for, but this was great.
For me, I always tell the story, but I was doing a movie in Pasadena, a werewolf movie. I was taking my trailer, and I was sucking my lunch through a straw because I had all this goop on my face and yak hair. And I heard that there was a location scouts on the block looking for locations for a new Steven Spielberg production. And I heard Crispin Glover was in it, and I knew Crispin, so I was pissed about that. And I'm like sucking soup through a straw and then getting stuck in my yak hair. And who taught me to do a werewolf movie? I should be doing that Spielberg thing. And little did I know that they'd already, at that point, they'd already approached Gary Goldberg, the producer of Family Ties, to ask him if I could do it. And he said he could let me go. So they decided I couldn't do it. And all this was happening, I had no idea. And then around Christmas, Gary called me into his office and it gave me this envelope. He said, this is a script that Bob Zemeckis is doing, that Steven Spielberg is producing, and they want you to read it And he told me the story of how he not let me go before, but he was willing to let me do both things at the same time if I wanted to do it. And he said, so take the script home and read it, and let me know what you want to do. And I took the script, I put it on his desk and said, it's the best script I've ever read in my life. and within a week I was in a parking lot in Puente Hills with flames running through my legs.
I just, what kind of really excited me about Doc Brown, I love stories about scientists like Einstein, etc., who are able to imagine in a realm that we can't even begin to enter, and come up with something like E equals MC squared, which explains so many things and changes science and the excitement of discovery. I just thought, which is what Doc is all about. I mean, he tries things that don't work. He invents an automatic gadget to feed dogs. It's whatever, but to invent space-time travel. Just the excitement of having that kind of mentality to come up with solutions to things that most people find unfathomable, amaze me. Talking about, somebody was asking about impact. So many times, including today, people who come up will say what an impact the Back to the Future trilogy had, and that they became physicists, or they became doctors, or they this and that, or something that this film has changed people's lives. And they'll come up and say, this movie changed my life. And I just think that's what an incredible thing to be a part of that, and in a positive way, not, in some kind of...
I think that was a lot of guitar players.
Yeah. Yes.
I get that with a lot of guitar players. It's funny because I'm such a crappy guitar player. But a lot of musicians, a couple big musicians have said to me that was, like Chris Martin said, that was a really turning point in his life. Saying that.
Wow. Wow.
You're welcome, Chris
That's
Martin.
cool. Yeah.
Chris Martin McFly.
Hi there. So my question is, I know you guys play iconic characters, but would there be one crack of any other character than your own that you would have like one shot at any particular scene? Like for example, if Marty could have been Biff.
Wow. I wouldn't want to be Claudia's part. No, I was happy with my part.
I want to Biff's goons. That just look mean in the background.
Billy Zane Man.
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane Man.
Billy Zane Man, go matching. Who's J.J. Cohn was the matcher?
Oh yeah.
Toothpick.
Yeah. Would you want to play a different part? Did you want to play my part? You wouldn't look good in that pink dress. Yeah. Well, that's one of the things about the movie. It really was really, really well cast. I mean, sometimes things can go really awry. I mean, second time it was really well cast. But
First time it was well cast.
I mean, it's hard. Sometimes things, everyone's part, they don't click. And this one seemed to click really well.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Fox, love to Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. When you make jokes about the disabled, it's always an area where it's kind of touchy, you don't really want to go there, or how far you want to go. When you got the script, was that something that you said, oh, you better tone it down a little bit, or did you give them encouragement to say, yeah, let's take it further?
Yeah, I think, because one thing that I've noticed since I've been kind of a member of the disabled community is that like anytime, for a long time, anytime you saw a disabled person on TV, you hear soft piano music in the background, and people would be whispering in tones of, oh, yes, this and yes, that, tinkle, 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 tinkle. And I say disabled people can be jerks, They can be human beings, they can be people you argue with, they can be people that you interact with every day. That it's important to normalize, the aspects of their life that are unchanged. They have to pay taxes, they have to go through life, go grocery shop, and do whatever they have to do. And so to make them saints or project some stuff onto them is not helpful. So I thought, it was just, Larry David was a chance to just play a guy who was a guy. A guy who he was me, nominally, but I had a chance to play a guy who argues with his neighbors and plays games with people and messes with their perceptions. I thought it was a good opportunity. So I wasn't really making fun of the disabled, I was making fun of the human condition, that we separate ourselves based on what we see and we project out to other people things that they may not be feeling or thinking.
I'm a person with disability also, so my question is, did you ask them or say, hey, let's take it further? Or did you say, oh, you're going a little too far?
Oh, we just improvise. It shows improvise. So they have the basic thing like, okay, Larry's going to come up and complain about the noise. So I say, okay, I'll come up with an excuse for the noise. And you just start doing it, and he's like amazing. And you just start arguing with him, it's coming up with stuff, and then next thing you know, they say, it's great, we got it. And 2 months later, I saw it on TV and said, well, that was funny.
Thank you very much.
But that's going to go as far as you want to go. Curb Your Enthusiasm, they have no limits.
We've seen in Back to the Future 2 hoverboards. We saw self-lacing shoes. This question was kind of directed towards Michael. What are your thoughts on that? Just the fact that these things are now actually happening, they exist today. What are your thoughts on the stuff that you guys saw years ago in the movie happening now?
Well, I can't say that I saw it. I mean, it was Bob Gale and Bob's Michaels, who have the amazing brains to come up with this stuff, make these leaps of probable progress. And I think they just, in a way, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because like with the lace-up shoes, Nike said, let's make it real lace-up shoes like we pretended we made for the second movie. So, but they do, I have actually had a pair of the Nike lace-up shoes, and they're amazing.
Yep.
They come in handy for people with Parkinson's. Push a button.
Hi. Hello. I have a question. If any of you three have seen Doctor Who? Any other Doctor Who fans here? Do you think that the Doctor could be in the same time that Dr. Emmett Brown or Marty McFly would be in, and they could meet?
Sounds like a good comic book.
I don't know Doctor Who that well. All I know with Doctor Who is every time I turn it on, there's a different Doctor Who. Who's Doctor Who now? But, sure, we get those guys together with Bob's Michaels and Bob Gale. See what they come up with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's Bob Tata.
Hi, my name is Sandra, and I just have to tell you how wonderful it is to see the three of you together and how special it is for us. What is it like for you guys to get together again? And have you been able to keep in touch as much as you'd like over the years?
Well, lately we've been seeing each other a lot. It's really nice. We've done a lot of different movies together.
With the anniversaries that come up, they bring us together and we do stuff together, which is really fun. But I think I'd like to have stayed in closer touch over the years, but whenever we see each other, the three of us, extended cast, it's great. It's like, she looks 23 to me.
And then my second question is for Michael. I was probably about 15 and I wrote you a fan mail and sent you a picture. And I got it back. And it was signed. And did you sign your little fan mail? And it was probably like
Family Ties?
Family Ties,
Yeah,
16
I
magazine. Thank you so much. You made this- Thank you so much. It was wonderful to see you all.
Thank you.
How's it going? My name's Doug. Huge fan. So throughout all the movies, there's lots of stunts with riding skateboards and grabbing onto trucks, which I got in trouble for a lot when I was younger. There's lots of, on trains and riding horses. Do you guys do all your own stunts? Some of your stunts? Were there any mishaps or any crazy stories of anything?
Go ahead, Chris.
I remember I had a sequence when I'm chasing the train, and I'm galloping along. I actually did that, and which was pretty thrilling.
It's just
Galloping
like
along.
train, right?
Huh?
In that canyon wall on the train, and we were galloping along there. With the train on one side, train 5 feet on this side, and then the granite wall on.
Yeah, when Doc's supposed to, he's galloping along and gets next to the train, and there's a handle there to pull himself onto the train, off the horse onto the train. And I wasn't doing that moment. the stunt man did that moment.
What could go wrong?
But I remember the tape was going out, and I caught up with the train, and I so wanted to grab it and pull myself on the train. But if it didn't work out, it could have been kind of weak.
Chopped down. For me, I did a lot of stuff, skateboarding and a lot of stuff. Up to the point where you could get killed, and then even if I wanted to do it, insurance wouldn't let you do it. But the one thing that kind of went awry, we were doing the hanging scene in Back to the Future 3.
Right.
And I had this thing with Bob whenever I do a take, and I wasn't happy with it. I'd say, okay, forget that. Now you can see some acting. We'll do it. We'll do it again. And now you see some acting. And he wasn't convinced that I was being hung. It didn't look like I was being hung. So I said, okay, I'll put my hand in there, and I'll lift my feet off the ground, and I'll actually hang for a little bit, and see how it looks. And I said, watch this, Bob, it'll be great. Put my hand in there. I blocked my carotid artery, and I went out. And then I woke up, it seemed like 3 minutes later at the end of a rope. And that was the hairiest experience I had.
Great shot.
Yeah.
I just had a lot of push-up bra stunts.
Yeah.
They were very
We see some of those stunts?
Yeah, it was very, very frightening.
I had the part 2 of Lorraine boobs.
Yeah, the Lorraine boobs were very difficult.
What is that when you had to make me get these?
These things! Going back to town!
Good boy Wonder has a question.
Yes. I have four questions for Christopher Lloyd. If Raul Julia had lived, hadn't died playing that horrible Street Fighter movie, would there have been the proper third Addams Family movie?
I don't know that for sure, but it certainly made it could have. I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, not counting Addams Family Reunion.
I don't know whether they were going to do another sequel to that or not, but I'm sure if Raul was around, he would have done it.
Cool. Did you know there's going to be the real time machine invented by Ronald Mallet?
Is there a real time machine?
Yeah, it's going to be invented very soon.
It's going to be invented. That's how far ahead the future goes. Time machine's already invented, but we don't know that. Yeah. Or do we? Robin knows.
And one more thing, do you like Nostalgia Critic?
Nostalgic critic?
What?
I don't know. We don't know any.
Oh, you met him. I mean, you met him. Remember, are you, like, I was frozen today?
Oh, yeah.
That far.
Awesome.
Did you saw his review for Food Fight?
No.
Thanks, Robin. To the Batcave!
We're trying.
Hi guys, my name is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I actually wanted to target Michael J. Fox on Parkinson's. What was that?
As we're target, I like to hear target.
So I actually have Parkinson's myself, as you can see as I'm holding my phone. I just wanted to see how you deal with your struggles. I mean, eating soup is pointless. Taking pictures is pointless as well. You know, I'm trying to take a video here and it'll just be like, ooh.
Yeah, my wife, like, take a picture, no, forget it. It's, you know, I've had one time that I was diagnosed in 1991, so that was a long time ago, and I just lived my life. It's things come up that are harder to do, or consistently more difficult to do, because it is a progressive disease. I just take note of it and find another way to get around it. And it's like, it's kind of corny, but a thing that I often say is, if you imagine the worst case scenario, and you obsess about the worst case scenario, and it actually happens, you lose it twice. So I just try to take every day as it comes, and it's definitely difficult. You can get caught up in the difficulties of it.
Yeah.
But I try not to dwell there. I try to take care of that. First thing in the morning, I wake up and I'm a mess, and I walk by the mirror and I look at it and I say, "What the hell are you smiling about?" and I keep smiling my day, for the rest of my day, and go through it.
Last year I tried to...
Out of time. These guys will be here all weekend to celebrate with you guys. Thank you very much for coming out.